There was once a mighty kingdom, a land of golden fields and towering castles, ruled by a king whose power was as legendary as his punishments. People feared him not because he was cruel, but because his judgments were absolute. Everyone in the kingdom whispered about his 3 fatal punishments, each one more terrifying than the last. One mistake, and your life could change forever. Far away from the palace, in a small, quiet village, lived a young boy named Aaron. He had no wealth, no family name, no teacher to guide him. All he had were dreams. Big dreams, wild dreams, the kind that kept him awake at night. Every morning he watched soldiers, traders, and scholars pass through the village gates, and every morning he whispered to himself, "One day, I'll be more than this." Dreams, however, don't open doors. Courage does. And courage finally arrived the day the king announced that the palace was hiring workers. Aaron walked miles under the burning sun, heart pounding with hope. When he reached the palace, he stood in a line filled with strong men, educated scholars, and men twice his size. Some laughed when they saw him. "You're too small. You're too weak. Go home, boy." But Aaron stayed quiet. The fire in his eyes spoke for him. When his turn came, the minister looked him up and down and smirked. "The only job left is the worst job in the palace," he said. Aaron asked, "What job?" The minister leaned closer and whispered, "Cleaner the king's punishment hall." People gasped. The punishment hall was the darkest place in the palace. It was where the king carried out his 3 fatal punishments. No one wanted to go near it. Some said it was cursed. Others said no worker lasted more than a week. Aaron felt fear rise in his chest, but he nodded. "I'll take it." The minister laughed. "This job breaks people." Aaron replied softly, "Or it makes them." The next morning, Aaron entered the punishment hall for the first time. The air was cold, the walls heavy with stories of suffering. Yet as he cleaned the chains, the stones, and the floor, he began to observe everything. The mistakes people made, the fear in their eyes, the things that made them fail. The first punishment tested strength. A warrior had to lift massive stone blocks while blindfolded. Aaron watched men stumble because they rushed, because they panicked, because they held the stones wrong. The second punishment tested the mind. A scholar had to solve riddles under pressure, with the king himself watching their every hesitation. Aaron listened carefully every day as the riddles echoed to the hall, memorizing patterns, logic, and the king's reactions. The third punishment tested courage. A traitor was placed before the king's lions, giant beasts whose roars could shake the walls. Aaron watched the lion keeper, learned how he moved, how he stayed calm, how he kept the lions from attacking. Days turned into weeks. Fear turned into understanding. The place everyone called cursed became Aaron's classroom. One day, during a royal ceremony, the king announced a challenge. "If anyone in this kingdom can complete all 3 punishments in a single day," he declared, "I will grant them anything they ask." Silence spread across the room. No warrior stepped forward. No scholar dared. No advisor moved. Then a single voice rose. "I will try." People turned in shock. It was Aaron, the hall cleaner, the boy no one believed in. Whispers filled the air. "Is he mad? He won't survive." But the king raised his hand. "Let him try." Aaron stepped forward with steady breath. For the first punishment, he tied the blindfold himself. He remembered every mistake he had seen. He lifted the stone slowly, balanced his steps, and completed the task with a calmness no warrior had shown. The second punishment began. The riddles came fast, sharp, designed to break the mind. But Aaron had heard them all before. He understood their tricks, their hidden meanings, their patterns. He answered each one with quiet confidence. A gasp swept the hall. Then came the third punishment. The lions roared as the gate opened. The crowd expected Aaron to tremble, but he didn't. He stood exactly as a lion keeper had stood, moved exactly as he moved, avoiding direct eye contact, steadying his breath. The lions roared again, and stepped back. The hall fell silent. Then applause burst like thunder. The king rose from his throne and looked at Aaron with pride. "Boy, you have done what even my strongest men could not. What do you want?" Aaron bowed deeply. "I want only one thing, your majesty a chance." The king smiled. "You turned the kingdom's worst job into the greatest opportunity. From today, you are no longer cleaner. You are my advisor." And from that day forward, Aaron walked the palace halls not as a worker, but as a reminder. Sometimes the opportunity you're praying for comes disguised as a job you don't want. Sometimes the path to greatness begins in the place everyone else avoids. And sometimes the door to your future opens in the darkest room of your life.